Michael has animal magnetism.
He's like a crazed weasel.
But he was trained by his ex-girlfriend.
He drops everything when she comes to town.
So he had a blind date.
She looks so much like his ex-girlfriend.
And he dropped everything.
Michael changed into his bathing suit behind the rocks.
And were you peeking?
After he hears about his girlfriend's blind date,
Why are you such a baby anyway?
will these two stay together or have a change of heart?
Welcome to Change of Heart. This is a show where couples who've reached a crossroads in their relationship voluntarily go on one blind date with someone new, and we're going to meet their dates a little bit later, but first let's meet our couple. Now, she thought he wasn't her type when they met in yoga class, but after her psychic sister told her that they were meant to be together, they began a 6-month romance. Please welcome Michael Ferrari and Heather Leslie. Welcome to the show. Now, I guess you're here because we're not sure if that crystal ball's predicting a beginning or an ending to this relationship. But Heather, we'll start with you. Tell us how dating Michael's been different than dating some of the other guys in your life.
Well, he's been the best. He's very attentive to my needs. He's really good with women, basically.
Good props for Michael. And Michael, how has dating Heather changed you?
She's intense, really intense. And she's opened me up to like new stuff, like just things I would never in a million years consider. Never in a million years consider, so.
Good. Now, is Heather that intense about all aspects of her life?
Oh, yeah. She's obsessed, actually. Obsessed with yoga. She does this healing thing.
How do you call that obsession?
She does this routine. She goes through.
It's not
sadhana. She gets up early in the morning, 4 a.m. She goes and puts almond oil over her body, and then until you get to the cold showers, that eliminates everything. And then you go. Yeah, but then you go.
I don't ask you to do it though.
Yeah, but you disturb. I gotta sleep.
All right, let me ask Heather the same question. Is Michael ever too intense about things?
Yeah, I'll say he is. He's a hothead. I can't confront him. I can't talk to him about...
He's so ridiculous.
He's like a crazed weasel when you confront him.
A crazed weasel.
And nothing ever gets resolved. We just end up not talking about it, so we don't have a good conversational...
All right, Michael, let me ask you this, because Heather looks at things a little differently. Does it reflect in the romantic department? Does she look at things differently there also?
Yeah, she got this whole thing about tantric sex. Tantric sex is this sort of like, you get this spiritual sort of obsessed. Tantric sex is the guy has got to be into it. He's got to like sort of like manipulate the woman and get her sort of really.
Are you into it at all?
Well, yeah, but I can't myself. I can't just relax and like
You're just lazy.
And the guy, get this with the guy. Get this. No, that's bull. That's bull. Because you gotta be like the man's gotta be like into it. He's gotta hold the orgasm.
Yeah, so what's wrong with that?
He obviously has a little bit of a problem with it.
You gotta hold it.
Equal time. Is there something about Michael that you'd like to change?
His obsession with his ex-girlfriend. He puts on a pedestal. She can do no wrong, and he wants me to be her. He's just trying to remake me into her.
Heather, how does Michael compare to your exes?
He's younger than most of the guys I date.
I'm a year younger. I'm
30, but I usually date guys that are like 35 to 40, that are more centered, mature, like
Michael, Heather's
like
sister likes you.
Yeah.
All right, now how does Heather get along with your family?
She's embarrassing. She's overbearing. We had this dinner.
I'm direct.
We had this dinner. It was a big Italian feast. You got everything laid out there, and then she starts talking about like parasites in the meat. I mean, it's
because you're what, a vegetarian?
She pushes the vegetarian thing all the time. It's like it's just.
But I'm just like that. I'm outspoken.
Yeah, but then you have the dogs licking your face, and
that's a little different.
You don't care about that.
Heather, tell us why you decided it was a good idea to go on these dates and then come on the show.
Well, I haven't felt like I was exactly what Mike is looking for, and so I wanted to give him an opportunity and myself, to see what else is out there, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and otherwise, I mean, if there's something better out there for us, then
You'll find out. All right, was it meant to be? That's what we're going to find out before we leave here. It seems that Michael and Heather obviously have some differences in their relationship. Now, when we come back, we get to meet the people that they dated, and we'll find out, will they stay together or will they have a change of heart? So stay with us. Change of heart. We're here with Michael and Heather. Now, he says that Heather's too extreme in her lifestyle and too particular in the bedroom. So we sent him out with a natural beauty who's easygoing and easy-pleasing. Please welcome Margie Foley. Hi, Margie. Welcome. Heather, let me ask you, does Margie look like someone Michael could have a relationship with?
She looks so much like the brunette version of his ex-girlfriend.
Michael, is this someone that you think you could have a relationship with?
Yeah, absolutely. She's,
Does she, I mean, she has the looks. I mean, is it true that she looks like a brunette ex?
Yeah, she's got the same, smile, same eyes.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've only seen pictures, but this is...
A little scary, isn't it?
Yeah, her hair, it's very natural, sort of,
Are you happy now?
Michael, let me ask you, honestly, who's more your type?
Well, they're
Yeah, don't think about it too much.
It's just, it's just different. I mean, you have she's all done up, and Margie's a little more natural.
Okay, Margie, let me ask you, what stood out about Michael when you first met him?
Well, the thing that I most like about guys is when they're really comfortable in their skin. And Michael is just that. He seems so comfortable within himself.
Michael, tell us how this date was different from the typical date that you'd have with Heather.
Well, first of all, we go out. We actually went out hiking and did some activity. Heather's always
Like,
concerned.
I don't do that with you.
Heather's always concerned about her nails and getting dirty. And on our day, we went out hiking on the rocks in the ocean.
I hike with you all the time. We take the dogs.
Yeah, but you can't get your feet dirty. You can't get your, you can't just jump in the ocean because you're afraid you wash your makeup off.
I can't believe you said that.
It's true.
So you went hiking, and then did you go to the ocean, did you say?
Yeah, we just went.
And so, Margie, while you were there, did you get a chance to check out Michael in his bathing suit?
Actually, Michael changed into his bathing suit behind the rocks at the beach.
And were you peeking?
We'll leave that alone. I was wearing my bathing suit underneath my clothes. But we went swimming, and I got to see Michael's flat stomach. And he used to have curly locks, although I like it short, too.
All right, Michael, another question for you. Who looks better in a bathing suit? Would that be Heather or Margie?
Well, Heather's, sort of stringy and, long and Margie's just, she's like shapely and, more feminine, like.
Okay.
Stringy.
Michael, another question for you. Did you guys take in any other sights besides each other?
Well, we went to see some art around the town, just like little galleries around there, and then, we talked about the same stuff. Like we're sort of on the same, and not too deep. Like the stuff is real cash and.
But you had a lot in common, though.
Yeah, a lot in common, right? Exactly. We're just more at ease. I mean, it wasn't like all this, spiritual stuff.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's great. So you found somebody a dull wit like yourself.
Michael, Heather's a lot different from your family. How would Margie fit into that category?
Very easily. We're both from the East.
Perfect.
She's.
Yeah, we have a lot in common.
She's, vacation.
Just perfect,
Same with your family. We had a similar family. We had her father and our grandfathers were both from Italy, and both of our grandfathers from Italy, and we both, both tailors.
Siblings. We have a lot of things in common.
And Michael, did Margie have any food restrictions like Heather's, being the vegetarian?
No, she didn't care. She just wasn't worried about the parasites.
Yeah, you're both full of
She didn't
parasites.
care.
Now, Margie, one of the things Heather was talking about Michael is that he's a real hothead. Did you see any chance of that, his temper flare up?
Actually, not at all. I mean, which really surprised me because on the way home, the traffic was so bad. And Michael didn't react at all. Yeah, I think that Heather must know the buttons to push.
Give it time. Give it time.
Or you think Heather just knows how to push his buttons?
I think that you know where the buttons are, yeah. That's what it is.
Is that true, Heather?
Did I know how to push his buttons?
Do you push Michael's buttons?
Well, sometimes he needs his buttons pushed,
Don't we all? Margie, how much time did you guys spend together?
Actually, we spent, I think it came to like 11 hours. We spent all day and night. It
11
felt like-
hours?
Yeah, we had a long day, but it was great.
Was that necessary? I guess so.
Now, Margie, in all
I
that
came
time that
over
you
there.
guys spent together, 11 hours, did the subject of tantric sex come up?
No, I don't even know what that is. And I don't think that I care to know.
That's perfect.
Something about
Sounds
holding
a
it, I
little
don't know.
too much for me.
You don't want to know.
No.
So,
Yeah.
Michael, it didn't end that way, did it? Is that safe to say?
Oh no, well, she's very timid. And, I mean, she was great, but we had a kiss. I was playing it safe, I didn't want to go overboard.
kissed?
I kissed goodnight. It was a kiss. It was a kiss and a hug. It was a kiss and a hug. It was just like like any
Okay.
buddy would do.
Innocent enough, I guess. Right, Heather.
I mean, kissed me on our first date.
I think your memory is lapsed.
Oh, Michael doesn't conveniently remember that little moment. All right, will a full day of fun in the sun be enough to give Michael a change of heart? That's what we're going to find out. But before we do that, we're going to meet the man that Heather dated, and we'll hear all about their date next, so stay with us. Heard what happened on Michael's date with Margie, and now we're going to meet the man that Heather dated. Heather says that Michael's an immature hothead who's hung up on his ex. So we sent her out with an older guy who handles his temper and his spirituality through the study of martial arts. Please welcome Bruce Laurie. Good to see you. Welcome. You know Heather? Michael, let me ask you this about Bruce. Does he look like the kind of guy that can handle his temper?
Well, I don't know if looks more like Sly Stallone or something like that.
You don't like Stallone?
That's a compliment.
Talking about a hothead. I don't know. I don't know if you'll handle Heather though. I mean, that's the thing.
All right, Heather. Heather, we've heard a lot about Michael's exes. How does Bruce compare to yours?
Well, he's more like the kind of guys that I'm used to dating. He's a little bit older. He's 40, and I'm used to dating guys that are older, and he's
Like Dad.
just more stable and centered and secure.
Michael, maybe you missed the part about martial arts.
Oh.
just making sure.
He can say whatever he wants to.
And Heather, physically?
He's built well. He's tall. I usually date guys that are taller.
Bruce, Michael says Heather's too. What was the word? Metaphysical, I believe. Have you ever dated anyone that was into all this?
Well, actually, my ex-girlfriend was very much into the metaphysical. She was a Buddhist. She got me into chanting, and it's a really good thing. It helps you ground yourself. I think he needs a little grounding himself.
So you understand all of this.
Yeah,
Heather, did Bruce compare you to his ex like Michael does?
No, not at all. He mentioned her just like he had dated somebody for 4 years, and I think he's really moved past that. He seems to live in the present and appreciate what's in front of him.
All right, Bruce. Stay like that. All right, Bruce, speaking physically now, not metaphysically, what's Heather's best feature?
Oh, come on. She has a beautiful body. Look at her. She's tall. I mean, you can see she works out all the time. It's really hard to pick out one particular feature. I mean, she got these legs that go from here to there and back again. And...
All right, Heather, let me ask you about the date. Did it go according to plan?
Well, I was a little disappointed that Bruce didn't make reservations at the restaurant, and we kind of were in the back area and then got kicked out because we didn't have a reserved area, and we ended
You're
up
sitting in other
the
people's
front.
tables at that point then.
Yeah.
And Bruce, why didn't you make reservations?
It would have been more romantic in the...
Well, she's right, because this restaurant that we went to is a place I eat at maybe about 20 times. I've eaten there maybe once a week, and I've never seen so many people. That night there were so many people there. And...
Now, Heather, you said that Michael has a hot head. Did Bruce get a little upset when all this was going on? Did you see his temper flare?
Well, he was kind of having an argument with the manager about, wanting a place in the back, and so, I saw a little bit of...
Yeah, I mean, I felt really, bad. I mean, I wanted to take it to a nice restaurant. In the back, it's much more beautiful, more romantic. They have a little fire over it.
Right. So, Heather, was the food better than the atmosphere, or?
The food was very nice. I had the vegetarian plate, and it was nice to eat vegetarian food with somebody who was also eating vegetarian. And for a change, I wasn't sitting across from somebody who was eating meat.
Bruce, over dinner, did you guys have pretty spiritual conversation?
Oh yeah, we got into lots of spiritual things. I mean, she's incredibly grounded. We got into something in particular that struck out in my mind was when she said every day she takes a cold shower, and for a long period of time.
Wait till you got to jump in the shower with her.
I never made you get in the shower. And why are you such a baby anyway?
Baby, and it's just.
Heather, let me ask you the same question I asked Michael and Margie. Did the conversation at some point turn to tantric sex?
Yes, as a matter of fact, Bruce was asking me about different things for prostate, to keep your prostate.
Well, these are things. You get to be 40 years old, you start like,
Yeah, but Bruce, how does that come up on a first date? By the way, you got any prostate tips?
That wasn't the first thing I asked him.
And rightfully so, though. He's open
I got no problem with
to it.
prostate.
He's concerned. And we did
You
talk
keep eating meat, you will.
We did talk about tantric sex. We talked about how men are supposed to hold their ejaculation in. And it's much healthier to hold it in to bring it back up through the chakra.
Try and do that for months.
Because it's your life force, it's your chi, and you don't want to spend it because it ages you. It tears down the body. You start to disintegrate.
Well, Bruce, would you be willing to take your lifestyle to that kind of extreme?
Well, I've adapted that somewhat in my lifestyle now. And it was just nice to have someone reinforce it because she knows a lot more about it than I do. But I do it because, you get to a certain age, you want to continue to have sex in your 60s, you better take care of yourself now.
That's why they make Viagra.
I want to do it naturally. There's always going to be some side effect. They don't know about that yet.
Okay, Heather, are there some other advantages to dating an older guy?
Well, he's very worldly. He's traveled a great deal, lived in other countries, speaks 5 languages.
Bruce, did you have to hold back any urges at the end of the date?
No, I mean, we had a really great time, had a great conversation. It was really natural, and I didn't feel I wanted to push myself on. I normally don't do that. I respect a woman, I look for a lot more deeper things in a relationship. I'd like to get to know her first.
And Heather, let me ask you, did he leave a lasting impression?
Yeah, it was really nice to go out with somebody. I think it's the first time I've gone out with somebody that I really didn't feel like he was trying to play me or get some action at the end of the night. He was really a perfect gentleman.
No, I never did that.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, well, you heard what their relationship is about, and now you heard what their dates were like. Now the question is, will Michael and Heather have a change of heart? During the break, they're going to make their decisions. We'll find out what they decided when we come back, so stay with us. Change of heart. Now is the moment of truth because during the break, Michael and Heather each made a final decision about the future of their relationship, and there's no turning back now. Will they stay together or have they had a change of heart? Now, Heather, you came on the show because you said you weren't sure if you were what Michael was looking for, and you weren't really sure if the relationship was meant to be. So we sent you out on these dates, and there you were with Bruce. You wanted to go out with somebody who wasn't going to make you into his ex, somebody who wasn't all hot-tempered like you said Michael was, somebody that was a little older, more mature, which is what you were used to. You had a good date with Bruce. You had a lot of things in common, the spirituality and all of that, but it's your decision. Stay together or change of heart.
I'm going to stay with Mike.
Stay together, okay. Bruce, sorry things didn't work out for you. And Heather, explain why you came to your decisions.
Well, as much as Mike and I fight, we also play a lot, and there's a lot of passion in the relationship. I enjoy laughing with him, cooking with him. I miss the passion and the just laughing, playing.
Okay, very good. Now, Michael, we come to you. Now, you said you wanted to date somebody that was a little more natural, somebody that wasn't a vegetarian, that wasn't so obsessed with tantric sex and the yoga thing that you were concerned about. There you were with Margie. You had a great date with her. You were frolicking on the beach. You went to the galleries. You guys spent 11 hours together, I think it was. But Heather does want to stay with you, but it's your decision now. Stay together or change of heart, Michael?
Well, I enjoy being with Heather, but it was just, I don't think I have a change of heart.
Margie, is that okay with you? And Michael, let me ask you what it was about your date that made you come to this conclusion.
I wanted to get away from the tantric sex is just too much. It's intense. It's too intense. I wanted to go on to something a little more natural. I just wanted to try out something a little different. I thought it'd be nice to
Okay, well, you know, lifestyle issues are definitely a big problem in the relationship, and Heather, maybe it wasn't meant to be. So, Michael, good luck with your relationship, and Heather, good luck. There's probably somebody out there more suited for you, and hopefully you'll find that guy. That's our show for today. Thanks to Heather and Bruce, and good luck to Michael and Margie. We'll